Hi, friend. Welcome back to my PH News channel, where I bring you the latest and most thrilling news about the Philippine Air Force's newest edition. Today, I have some amazing updates straight from the Philippine Air Force and you won't want to miss them. Get ready to feast your eyes on.
Be strong.
The DND has also indirectly but obviously confirmed in its Bids and Awards Committee 2 update as of the 7th of July 2023 that for the multi-role fighter acquisition project of the Philippine Air Force, the DND has already selected the Saab JAS-39 Gripen C/D is indeed the fighter of choice. According to the document, the DND is only awaiting the ratification of the Memorandum of Understanding (MO) mechanism between the Philippines and Sweden, which indirectly points out that Sweden will supply the multi-role fighters. Max Defense PH has mentioned as early as 2021 that Saab was selected by the Philippine Air Force's Technical Working Group and its offer used as basis for approval of the multi-role fighter acquisition project. But it was delayed by opposition in Sweden's parliament, with the export to the Philippines ultimately approved only early this year. Saab has offered 10 single-seat JAS-39C and 4 two-seat JAS-39D Gripen fighters updated to MS-20 Plus configuration. Reports by others that an ERI AEW&C was included are false according to PAF, DND and defense industry sources. Discussions were on defense relations between the Philippines and Sweden, with the possible acquisition of Saab JAS-39 Gripen fighter aircraft topping the agenda. It would be remembered that reports from Sweden points to the approval by the Swedish government to export the JAS-39 Gripen to the Philippines with improving human rights situation after the term of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Pres. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. also had talks with Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson at the sidelines of the EU ASEAN Commemorative Summit in Brussels, Belgium last the 14th of December 2022. While former Philippine Air Force Commanding General Lieutenant General Connor Anthony Canlas visited Saab and had a piggyback ride on a JAS-39D Gripen of the Swedish Air Force also within last December 2022. It would be remembered that Saab offered 12 plus 2 JAS-39C/D Gripens to fit the PAF's budget of PHP 62.3 billion for the project, while Lockheed Martin's offer for 12 F-16C/D Block 70 Viper is more than PHP 120 billion but includes a large spare parts and sustainment package that will allow the PAF to have worry-free operations for several years, and ammunition. Saab's offer only includes a basic ILS package that isn't comparable to the American offer, but is definitely cheaper. But days after the statement, the Philippine Air Force met with Saab officials to further discuss their offer for JAS-39C, MS-20 Gripen fighter aircraft. We believe that this is probably the first time that PAF and Saab held discussions in many months, despite the PAF Technical Working Group submitting the JAS-39 Gripen as their preferred choice. The PAF's TWG on MRF acquisition project changed heads several months, with the previous Pro F-16 Viper head reassigned to another unit, and replaced with a senior TWG member who is a known advocate of the JAS-39 Gripen within the PAF. Apparently, the change in TWG leadership coincides with the change on submission from Viper to Gripen. Max Defense Philippines previously reported that the PAF TWG submitted the JAS-39C MS-20 Gripen as their preferred choice to the DND. We received confirmation from sources that the DND has already passed their request to Malacanang. If discussions with Saab has restarted, then it means the PAF and probably the DND is still pushing for the MRF acquisition project to go forward. We'll see in the following weeks or months if there will be significant milestones reached in the PAF's quest to acquire new MRFs. Max Defense PH was first to report a few years ago that Saab offered 12 new-built JAS-39C/D Gripens in MS-20 configuration, with Saab adding 2 more for a total of 14 fighters, based on the PHP 61.2 billion budget for the multi-role fighter acquisition project. Saab is competing with Lockheed Martin, which offered their latest new-build F-16C/D Block 70 Viper, although the offer was around $2.3 billion for 12 aircraft. Max Defense PH was also first to report that the U.S. government offered to provide between 2 to 6 additional F-16C/D Block 30 Fighting Falcon fighters from EDA to allow PAF pilots to start training and operating fighters in preparation for the new Vipers. These Block 30 fighters can also be upgraded to Block 70 standards similar to what Taiwan did. Price-wise, the Gripen is the obvious winner. But it remains to be seen what the U.S. might do considering its plans to increase defense assistance to the Philippines, especially with EDCA now back in the priority programs, and its expansion being discussed and most likely approved by the Marcos administration.